Good evening, everybody. What is going on? Shout out to the chat. Doubleheader, Splitsville today. Right? We won the first one, we lost the second one. Caitlin Clark must have been a lucky charm in the first one because she was there in the first game. And she even was working the booth a little bit with Michael Kay and Gal Lyden, and she was taking photos with some Yankee players. It was pretty cool. So, but, the bright spot for me is both our starting pitchers pitched well. Carlos Rodon and Garrett Cole. So that was good to see. Shout out to everybody in chat, by the way. Hit that like button. Stephen B. Consigliere. What is good? Buckeye. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of the Olympics. He's in the house. Right. Who else we have here? CT Cards here. Terrible news. Oh, what happened? CT Cards. Did I miss earthquake? Oh gosh, another earthquake. Big. Wow, 7.1 magnitude. That's a monster earthquake. Oh, that stinks. Generally, the earthquakes in Japan tend to lead to tsunamis too, so I would watch out for the tsunami watch. I just saw you. Consigliere said that too. Yeah. It happened in Fukushima. Jonah. What is going on, everybody? Udall, my mazel tov, my friend. Jonathan's in the house. Yankee Capitals fan. What's going on, everybody? Right. 91 pitches for Cole. Remember, he just came off a week ago. He had to skip a start because he was fatigued. So there's a reason why he's at 90 right now. We need him fresh and ready to go, in October. So I think that's something we need to keep that in mind. And again, has been fantastic for the Yankees, with the exception of today when he came in and got rocked by the Rangers. So, with the exception, I had no problem bringing in Luke Weaver. I didn't expect him to get hit that hard, but he did. Jay Palvis, Jack is in the place. Doodle. What about Boone? Cole didn't pitch longer because, again, he just came off. He had to skip a start with fatigue, overall body fatigue. So they want him. They're going to be smart with his health. They need him to be at his top. And again, with our starting rotation, not clicking on the cylinders that they were clicking the first 2 months in the season, they've got to be smarter now, okay, and more responsible with these guys' bodies. So they've got to take good care of them. I'm a little behind here. I'm looking at the comments here. Yogi, nice. All right. Who else? Daniel Berry Sports. David's in the building too. All right. Mello's here. What's good, Mello? Keith, Robert. That's why they took Cole out after 91 pitches, because he had fatigue a week ago. He had to skip a start. So they have to be smart with him right now. Yes, Weaver, this is the first time, I've seen him shit the bed like that. But you're right, he did shit the bed. I didn't expect him to hit, I would have brought him in too. But he shit the bed today. He's been otherwise fantastic for the Yankees. Yeah, Olympic judo. I've seen quite a few of that too. Quite a bit of it, Buckeye. I've seen Olympic wrestling. I saw some Taekwondo. The Olympics have been fantastic. The track and field's been fantastic too. So I watched quite a bit. I really enjoyed the Olympics. All these countries coming together and competing, the best athletes of craziest sports. It's really cool to see. Really cool to see. And Cole was phenomenal tonight. He threw 10 strikeouts, five in the third innings. And, Carlos Rodon, I think he threw 5 in the third innings as well, shutout ball. So, it's fantastic. Fantastic. Willard's here. Yeah. Yeah, the Astros are really starting to round in the form. I would watch out for the Astros, Willard. I would definitely watch out for the Astros. And that's really not a bad decision from Boone. Any manager would have probably brought in Luke Weaver. Nobody expected him to pitch as poorly as he did today, but he did. It's not Boone. I don't understand why folks keep blaming Boone for that. Oh, yeah, of course he didn't have it today, Jonah. But they also, I mean, there's a reason why they called up Ron Marinaccio as the 27th man, an arm instead of a bat, because they needed a break in the bullpen. Marinaccio threw two and a third. I think it was two and a third in the first game. Shutout ball, and he was solid. But they needed Weaver to give a little bit of length, and he just got pounded today, unfortunately. So, and again, it doesn't matter. Tonkin, he got hit too. Doesn't really matter what order. They both got hit, Mello. And again, had he brought in Tonkin first and he hit the same, he got hit, and we'd still be blaming Boone, right? So what's the difference? I don't see the point in blaming Boone for everything. I just don't see the point. Weaver is the swing man. You're right, Cietti. And yes, we got to rebound tomorrow, Yankees Capitals. No doubt about that. Dude, Uzbekistan, Dagestan. That's where Khabib Nurmagomedov and then all those guys are from. Dagestan. They are serious fighters. I mean, they're just very little legit fighters. No. September call combinations. I could see Jason Dominguez. I could see this new kid that they got yesterday. That speedy guy from the Blue Jays. I could see either Rizzo or DJ not making the postseason roster. I could see that happening. John Birdie will be here. I think they're going to have to, depending on who they play, they're going to have to be more athletic. And the fact is, this kid that they got yesterday from the Blue Jays is 26 years old. He's a stolen base guy. You got Jazz here. We got more speed and athleticism here. And Birdie's going to bring some more speed and athleticism too. And unfortunately, Rizzo or DJ, neither one of them possess that now. They can't really run fast, and they're not very athletic. So I could see them trying to be as athletic as they possibly can in the postseason. So I'm really curious to see what their roster is. And then Jason Dominguez is obviously speedy and athletic too. No. But yeah, tomorrow she's just got to try to win the series tomorrow. So. Ron did pitch today, Aiden. He pitched the first game. Marinaccio, he pitched 2 1/3 inning in the first game. Steven. Yeah. I mean, that's just unfortunate. I mean, I like DJ and I like Rizzo, but I think the best scenario is to probably not have them on the postseason roster. If they want to beat some of these teams, they're going to have to be more athletic and just speedy and younger. They're going to have to do that. I think at least one of them is not going to make the postseason roster, and I'm pretty confident of that. Dominguez is struggling right now, yes. But, I think he's going to be a September call-up because they're not going to want to exceed the 130 at-bats. Because if they exceed 130, then this year becomes his rookie year, meaning that's his first pre-arb year. So one reason why they want to do it next year is so that they can get a full year, okay, and also makes him eligible for Rookie of the Year. And if he wins Rookie of the Year, chances are he would not be competing against Jackson Holliday, who's probably going to surpass 130 this year. And if he wins Rookie of the Year, the Yankees get an extra draft pick. If people think that they're not keeping this in, they're not factoring in this calculus, they are dead wrong. They are, okay? This is common sense. And again, Dominguez alone is not enough to put this Yankees team over the World Series. He's not enough. Okay? They are multiple players away. It's a good question, Will. I don't know. Would the Dodgers beat Houston if they had healthy? I don't know. I mean, Houston's definitely coming around. I mean, if they're rotation, I mean, who knows if Jack Flaherty's going to stay healthy for them either? I don't know. Joseph Rodriguez in the house. Yeah, they didn't. I don't think he would have made much of a difference, Aiden, in all honesty, for the second game. Marinaccio, after what he did the first game, he generally doesn't pitch multiple innings, 2 games in a doubleheader. Stroman does. I mean, they skipped the start too, so I agree. It is. He does need to figure out his command. So does Scotty Frost in AAA. One reason he's probably haven't been brought up yet. He's got to work on his command too. But yeah, he did save the bullpen for the first. Yeah, he did his job for game 1. That's exactly what he did. saying it since, people are, relying on Dominguez's early season stats. It's whatever. And honestly, I'll say this again, I don't just say Dominguez because one or two other channels says Dominguez every day. I don't do that. Okay. Because I do factor this stuff in. Well, exactly. None of us would have predicted Cole's. He was just striking out the side a couple times. Like he was money, Cole. But he hit 91 pitches. And again, they got to be smart. They got to protect him until October, right? So, and again, you know, I don't think two more outs would have been a problem either. But they didn't want to risk that. And he came out. Nobody was on base, and then Weaver just blew up. Unfortunately, I don't. Yeah, I think you're right, Robert. Nobody predicted Weaver would have done that. Nobody. Joe Torre would have probably brought out Weaver. So would Girardi. Like those guys would have brought out Weaver too. That's what he does. That's his. That's what he's been good at. So, well, we'll see what happens. Well, let me see if the pitching matchup is out tomorrow. Tomorrow, Sunday, they play at 1:35 tomorrow. It is going to be Andrew Heaney. Oh God, former Yankee Andrew Heaney. He had like 9,000 ERA when he was here against Marcus Stroman. He's 4-11. Stroman's 7-6. So it's definitely not gonna. It's not gonna be ace versus ace tomorrow. That's for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and Tucker and Verlander are either close to being back or coming back right now. So they're going to be stronger. And the Yankees are going to be stronger too because they've got a bunch of reinforcements coming. And I was happy to see Stanton go deep today in the second game too. I was happy to see Jazz hit a home run in both games. So that's good as well. Torres got a couple hits. So, but yeah, Birdie, Efrost, and Schmidt are supposed to be. Schmidt's supposed to start his rehab assignment, I think, this coming week. Efrost is in AAA. He's got to work on his mechanics a little bit, his command. And Birdie's a couple weeks cruise control. So that's what we know right now. Yeah, the Yankees would be wise to try to feast on Heaney tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll see. Ian Hamilton as well. Jose Trevino starting his rehab assignment tomorrow. So, yeah, keep getting that like button. If anybody's not subbed to this channel, by the way, please make sure you subscribe to this channel. That way you don't miss anything. Because we're going to constantly be talking about this stuff. And for those that are football fans too, I'm going to transition into football at the end of the season to cover the football while baseball's in the off season. And obviously we'll still cover baseball as we hear baseball news as well. But I'll be covering the Jets, the Giants, the Bills, and stuff. So New York teams. And that's going to be fun. That's going to be fun. Yeah, he's got a lot of movement on his pitches too, so I'm not surprised his command is off. He still has a couple things to work on. Couldn't feast on well, nobody's really feasting on Tyler Anderson this year. Mel, look at his he's had a pretty good year. Nobody's really hitting him. Yeah. Eric Gray. Yeah. There you go, Gitu. Yeah. Yeah, I mean Tyler Anderson. What is he here? Tyler Anderson. He is 9-10 with a 2.99 ERA, 109 Ks. So besides being on a crappy team, he's got a 2.99 ERA. So nobody's hitting him hard. If you had to pitch to either Judge and Alvarez the way they were hitting now, which one you pitching to? Because I'm an Astros fan. I don't think Yordan Alvarez is the next Barry Bonds, Willard. He's good, but I don't think he's the next Barry Bonds. Cover the Cowboys. Why would I do that, Robert? With a lot of Cowboys fans in here. Hmm. My guess is they'll look for Tyler Anderson. They're going to look at. I'm guessing they're going to look at Corbin Burns. They're going to look at a couple of pitchers. I guess they're going to try to add a starter this offseason. Jordan, let's see. Jordan Alvarez. I mean, he's 24 homers, 62 ribbies, batting 304. So it's good. I wouldn't say about Barry Bonds just yet. That's a whole nother level. We can't trade for a starter now, Mel. I mean, I don't know what starters would be available in the offseason, but they'll sign one in free agency, I think. Yeah, Wells, I mean, like Stephen B. Wells or Rice at cleanup would be a good idea. I think based on what we have right now, Wells or Rice. Excuse me, at cleanup. Yeah, Giants, Jets, Bills. Yeah, man. The Rays are, yeah. I mean, we'll see what's available, Mel, in the offseason. I mean, I don't know who's going to be available yet. You know, it's him. Exactly. Yeah. Niners fan. I mean, the Super Bowl last year. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's making adjustments defensively, especially. He looked good with his glove today, Rice. He looked really good. Bonds doesn't have any titles either. Willer. I expect so too, Lorenzo. I expect that too. Buck, yeah. There you go, Steve. Go Bucks. And yeah, he was. Yeah, he was on juice. I think everybody kind of felt that same way. You know? But it must be flattering to be compared to Barry Bonds. So, yeah. Chiefs. Yeah, Judges. I mean, he's at the very top right now. At the very top. I could see him hitting. I mean, they have how many games do they have left? Let's see. Yankees are 69 and 49, 118. So there's 44 games left. 44 games left. So. And was he at 41? So he's got to get 19 and 44 games. I mean, it's possible. Demon D, what it do? What it do? That's good. Celtics, man. Yeah. Yeah. Scooble's got 2 years of control. He's got 2 years after this year. He's a free agent 2027. Scooble. Mm-hmm. I think Steve, he might be he might be on the roster this postseason. The guy they just traded for yesterday, or the Cam Eden. I think he might be in a postseason roster as like a late inning, base runner and stuff like that. I could see him and Dominguez on the roster. Yep, men's basketball gold, women's soccer gold. The O's, let's see. The O's are up 7-4 right now. They're up 7-4 in the 8th. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But that's, I mean, all around right now. Let's see. We'll pull up. Yeah, nothing. Yeah, nothing really significant really happened on the waiver wire or anything like that today. Nothing like that. I think Houston will win the West too, Willard. I think they'll win the AL West. Yeah. Yeah, Steph Curry was money. 4x4, yeah, the 4x4 Buckeye, the men gold and set an Olympic record, the women gold and set an American record. Yeah. It's been a little bit actually, Robert. I mean, they lost a couple of gold medal matches, the Americans recently, but I don't know how many consecutive that is. That I'm not sure. Of MJ, oh God, yeah. Jordan, oof. Yeah, women's soccer. I think women's basketball plays tomorrow, right? If I'm not mistaken. Golden break. I saw somebody from, I think it might have been Japan, might have been against like somebody from like, I don't know, Egypt or something like that doing breakdancing. So I'm not. It's the first time I've ever seen breakdancing in the Olympics. Photo finish, yeah, man. Oh yeah. Yep. And again, like, who are the division leaders? Like, let's pull this up. The Yankees are 69 and 49. The Orioles are 67 and 49. The Astros are 61 and 55. That's the American League. The National League, the Phillies are 69 and 47. The Brewers are 67 and 49. And the Dodgers are 67 and 49. So it hasn't been a team that 70 wins yet. No. No, the Phillies are losing 2-1 right now. If they won today, they'd be the first to 70. So, yeah, good chance at gold. Women's beat ball. Yeah, speaking of women's ball, Clark wasn't there. She was at the Yankee game today, taking pictures, and so she actually was in the booth too with Michael Kane and Al Leiter. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really that afraid of Seattle. I'm not. They're good and all, but I'm not really that afraid. Yeah, we talk about the same thing, Jonah. Like, once we talk about football, go live on Sundays so we can recap the games and stuff and talk about the games. And I'm sure there'll be some trash talking going back and forth too. I'm a Jets fan, so people have been feeling sorry for me for like 2 decades. So it's usually Yankees Giants, but I was Yankees Jets for some reason. I'm Knicks Rangers. And Clark, yeah, Clark is the most famous basketball player in the world, male and female. So she put the WNBA on the map, big time on the map. She'll be, when the Olympics come back to 2028 in California, I think it's in LA, she'll be here. She'll be at home. So kind of cool. Talk about the Buckeyes, Ohio State Buckeyes. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Great program. A lot of great players out of the Buckeyes, man. God, one of my favorite running backs, Eddie George. Whew. Whew. Yankees, Bills, Knicks, Rangers. See, that's a good combo too. China still they're tied now because of the men's basketball gold. They're tied. But if the women win goal tomorrow, and then I think they'll lead China by 1. I think they're tied right now. Paranormal, I hope you're okay, man. Sorry to hear that you're in the hospital. I know what it feels like, dude. I was in the hospital a year ago. It's like a week, and I was doing videos from my hospital bed. So, live streams from my hospital bed. So, yeah. Yeah, I think he's got to work on a couple little things, Volpe. Yankees, Niners, Lakers. Wow, yeah. New York and Cali right there, baby. Spurs. I mean, Victor Wembanyama played for the French team today. He was the #1 pick last year with the Spurs. So I think it's Wembanyama, some crazy last name like that. Yeah, thank you, Stephen B. Yeah, it was a year ago, last August, in the hospital for a week. Yep. Yankees, Jets, Rangers, Sixers. Thanks to that. Well, can't really complain being a Sixers fan if you're a Dr. J fan. Like, he was an all-timer, Dr. J. He was an absolutely all-timer. So we don't know if the coaches are addressing that, Johnny. And again, he's still a young developmental player. He's still a young developmental player. His batting average is 40 points higher right now than it was last year. So there'll be some things that he'll still need to work on, but he's taken a step forward in his progression. I'm glad to see you better, Buckeye. Really. I'm glad to see you better. And I'm glad you're here with us all the time, too. I honestly, Robert, I don't see Aaron Rodgers lasting the whole season. I mean, we won 7 games without him last year. I really don't know. Like, I don't expect him to take the team to the promised land. I just don't. No. These things take a while, TD. These things they're not that easy to. Some adjustments are not that easy to make. Paranormal. Be safe. Be healthy. All right. Send the prayers out. Send out love and prayers to you. Buckeye, you're the man. Anybody wants membership, please go to Buckeye. Thank you so much. You are a legend, dude. You really, really are the best. But keep us posted, Paranormal. Let us know you're okay on the other end. Please do. Nice, Steve B. 14,000 steps. That's a nice day of activity right there. That's a nice day of activity. Yeah, we got to win tomorrow, and then we got to beat up the White Sox, man. Yeah, right. Damn right we do. Our gymnast is losing her. Is it? That sucks. That sucks. Rodman, Mourning, and Shaq. Could you imagine the 3 of them playing the same team? Oh my God. And Shaq and Mourning and Rodman with the Orlando Magic. And not the Miami Heat. Oh man, it would have been crazy. Yeah, they do. They step up against good pitching. So maybe we'll see Crochet against the White Sox. One step at a time, Stephen B. But keep up the good work, man. Keep up the good work. They're also on the verge of winning another series too, Johnny TV. So I'd rather look at it that way. But you can definitely look at it the way you want. Yeah. Bird, McHale, Parrish. I mean, you can't go wrong. Like, you really can't. I like Don Alonzo. He used to give the Knicks fits all the time. Her appeal was 12 seconds late to him. I mean, too bad. Keep it going, Stephen B. Just keep it going. You know, get out there and just get the body temperature up, get the heart rate going. That's good. That's good. Yeah, some of these freaking Olympic things are crazy. But I mean, I was happy with a lot of the track and field races. There were a lot of fast times too. A lot of fast Olympic records and you know, um, American records. There were a couple of world records. So I saw that the high jump runoff today. That was pretty cool. Didn't the Celtics win like a whole bunch of like? I know. I mean, it was a UCLA with Bill Walton, and I think what did they win like 9 or 10 years in a row? I think the Celtics won a bunch of years in a row. Changes back. I don't know. It's a good question, Jonathan. I'm not sure. I would bet Torres in the bottom third of the lineup. Uh, Not sure, Jonathan. Jump off. The guy from New Zealand. I forgot his name, but he beat the American. They both missed 3 times at like might have been like 7-9 and change, and then they went down to 7-8, and then the guy from New Zealand cleared on his last jump, and American did not. So New Zealand got its first gold in high jump in history, and the U.S. got silver. So I like Stanton's home run tonight too. So yeah. Honestly, I would try Jazz at leadoff, like table setter at the top. I would try Jazz. That's what I would do. We'll see. And if you can, unless you get, say, Oswaldo in there, I mean, he's playing regularly. Hopefully, it gives a little spark to the offense. And like you can go Jazz, then Soto, then Judge, then you can go, Wells, Rice, or Wells, Stanton, Rice. That's 6, and then in the bottom you got Volpe, Torres, and a catcher. Something like that. Stanton behind Judge, I like too. I like Stanton at 4 or 5. And I would love a lefty in between Judge and Stanton, but if we can't have one, we can't have one. Right? LeBron wouldn't have. No, the 80s was so much rougher. Such a more physical game. So much more physical game. The dirty Celtics, the Pistons, and it was like UFC and basketball combined. And these guys beat the crap out of each other. They really did. Uh-huh. Oh yeah. Wells, yeah. I mean, Wells can be between Judge. I mean, I'll take Wells or Ben Rice, a lefty bat in between those two bats. And Wells has been kind of coming around nicely. So well, they are 20 games over 500 right now too, Johnny TD. So, but yeah, they do have to beat the weaker teams, just like the other top teams do need to do the same thing. Yeah. Uh-huh. No doubt about that. I mean, who do we have here? Let's see. Let's look up. Yankees remaining schedule. Okay. Okay, we got the Chicago White Sox 4-3. And then we've got the Detroit Tigers for 1, 2, 3. And then we have the Cleveland Guardians for 3. And then the Colorado Rockies for 3. Washington Nationals. The St. Louis Cardinals. And that concludes August. All right, and let's move to September. And the Cardinals, you have the first in August, September, and then you got the Texas Rangers again for 3, Chicago Cubs for 3, the Royals for 3, Boston Red Sox in mid-September for 4 at home. Then we go to Seattle. We have Seattle for 3. Then we go to Oakland from there. We go to Oakland for 3. And then we come back home and play the Baltimore Orioles late September. And then we get the Pittsburgh Pirates to end the season. September 27th, 28th, and 29th. Look at that. Unbelievable. Yeah. Yeah, that table, the table set are at the top, right, Buckeye? Yeah. 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 I'm fine with that 1 through 5 too. I'm fine with that 1 through 5 too. Our 1 through 5's got to be as formidable as any team's 1 through 5. In all honesty, we've got to be relentless. We've got to not give pitchers a break. Can't. You just can't. No. But that's a good one, Buckeye. Yeah, they're not going to trade Stanton. None of his contract, but he's also a 5 and 10 guy. He can veto any trade, just like DJ LeMahieu. He can veto any trade. So that's part of their contract as a 10 and 5 player. And that applies for everybody. It's not only the Yankees. Mm-hmm. Well, Yankees are. Wells is definitely coming around. I hope that he doesn't get benched for Trevino. I hope that he doesn't. Yeah, we do, Buck. Turnover. Yes, we do. We need to get starting pitchers at like 100 pitches in the 4th inning. Dominguez, drunk Hispanic. I don't think he's coming up until September because of his rookie status. And he alone is not enough anyway. Dominguez alone is not enough. And Dominguez is struggling, and again, he doesn't improve, like you said too. He doesn't improve any infield position, like second base. He doesn't do anything to improve those positions. So, oh well, he didn't. Cabrera. Oh well. Yeah. Yeah, Trevino maybe 2. I would agree with that. I want Wells getting the majority of starts behind the dish. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, Luke Weaver unraveled today. Nobody expected it to unravel, but it just happened. He hasn't been hit like that all year. So it just happened. So, it's a bad thing. I expect them to be better next time he comes out. Yeah. Carriage team last year. Yeah. A lot of people have May. You got that right. As he should. Wells should have the majority of the catching duties. Sean, 100%. He should have the majority of catching reps. Catching do everything. Yep. He should be the starter. I'm with you there. 100%, man. Yeah. Torres is kind of slowly reintroducing his bat to the ball, right? So, and he still needs to do that. We still need more consistency out of him. There's no doubt about that. Yep. 44 likes. All right, let's keep getting those likes up, gang. Let's at least get over 50 likes. I'll wrap this up. I won't keep you guys long. We got an afternoon game tomorrow too, so we'll get a good night's sleep tonight, get some rest, and be ready to rock and roll for tomorrow. But again, Marcus Stroman's on the mound tomorrow, so hopefully he hopefully pitches better tomorrow. For all those lineup changes, we have key players that are still in the IL. He has no choice but to change the lineup sometimes. Some guys we need are still hurt, unfortunately. 2 cups of Joe. Yeah, I like Narvaez looks good to me, Robert. He really does. I wish Soto would have caught that ball. I wish it didn't fall out of his glove. But it is what it is. I mean, again, these are the same types of things, we're blaming the defense for kind of letting Weaver down, but we blame Clay Holmes when the defense does the same thing to him. Why is that? The overturn, yeah, and he was safe. But it didn't help. You're right. Josh Smith, yeah. Yep. Exactly. Yankees Capitals, exactly. Yeah. So we're going to be billionaires. This is a huge test for Stroman tomorrow. Yeah. We need him to shove. We need him to come out and shove tomorrow. We definitely need him to come out and shove. No doubt. So, got to win this game, give us a little bit of momentum before Chicago. The White Sox. But these guys, we got to beat the White Sox. We got to win that series. My gosh. Yeah, I mean, honestly, with Birdie back, once he comes back, I would bat him lead off because he's super fast. John. Yeah, when Birdie and Schmidt come back and Hamilton come back, yeah. That's a good question, Stephen B. I don't know who goes. Honestly, I don't know who goes up for these guys. That's one of the toughest decisions they have to make in the 26-man roster, the active roster, because that's where they have to poach guys from to make room for these guys. Well, Yankees even now say Jose Trevino is currently scheduled to submit. Yep, tomorrow. Starting his rehab assignment tomorrow, Jose Trevino. So, yep. The ladies are all good. They're all good. Girls are all resting upstairs tonight, and my mom in town, so I'm gonna go hang out with my wife and my mom, and I just kind of relax. Steve, it sounds like Nick Birdie and John Birdie will be back at some point in August, so which is good. Which I hope is the case. I really hope is the case. Yep. Hey, Michael Ryan, what's good? Yes, indeed. And let's see. Well, the Bills did not play well today. They got beat by the Bears, but again, this is preseason, so This is preseason. Right now, you got the Saints leading the Cardinals, and the Jets actually beat the Washington Commanders 20-17. Eagles beat the Ravens, so I'll take that. Take the NFC. Yo! Johnny, let me come on. I don't need to call the guy an idiot. There's no point in that. Yeah. Yeah. It's good. Exactly. And we're still 20 games over 500. Last year, we were 2 games over 500 when we finished the season, 82 and 80. We are 20 over 500 right now. So we're a heck of a lot further along than we were last year, which is good. Now, let's see. They did return Ron Marinaccio, by the way, to AAA. They did do that after the 27th man tonight. Let's see if there's any other moves. They just returned him to AAA Scranton. No other moves. No other moves right now for the Yankees. Yeah, the Guardians they got swept by the Diamondbacks. Like they're having a rough time too. Guardians and said, look, these are the first place teams are having a tough time. The Dodgers were having some rough times. The freaking Guardians, like the Phillies, got beat up a bunch recently too. So it happens. It happens to the best teams. Yeah, exactly, Stephen. If we get a consistent goal and a consistent Rodon, and if we get some semblance of a consistent Schmidt, I mean, I like that 3 in the lineup, in the rotation. Excuse me, the rotation. So Schmidt was really good before he went down. I hope he's gonna go back and kind of follow the same suit. I really hope so. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dodgers, exactly. They're all teams. They're all having hard times. These teams. It's very unpredictable baseball. It's not. It's easier said than done. People say, "Oh, they should just do. They can do it." It's easier said than done. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Everybody makes boneheaded plays, TD. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Max Coverage had good things to say about you guys. Well, I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Right. Really appreciate that. Tell Max we said thank you very much. Very, very much. And hit that like button if anybody hasn't hit it yet. Oh yeah. Yeah, well, relatively. He went 91 pitches and 5 1/3. Remember, a week ago he had to be skipped to start, and he was for general fatigued. So that factored in. It's only a week out from this. So, and 91 pitches is pretty high. Remember, he's also coming back. He's still building up his pitch count. He was 3 months behind. So these things have to be factored in. They're not going to have him go out there and throw 110 pitches and get hurt. They're not going to do that. They got to protect him. They need him to be healthy in October. That's when we need him to throw 110 pitches in October, not right now. Yeah, Jazz is fine. Jonah, I would agree. Jazz is fine here. Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, maybe between 90 and 100 next time. Yep, probably Steve May. I would agree. 90, yeah, I mean, so that's, and again, he's coming off, they had to skip a start because he was suffering general fatigue. So that stuff, it does factor in. If you're a high-level athlete, it does factor in. Again, we need him to be fresh in October, not right now. Sharp, fresh, everything, October. And that I think is, I definitely would agree that that's probably part of the Yankees calculus here. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. COVID, yeah, dude. It's just, it takes a lot out of you, man. It takes a lot out of you. Yeah. Whatever you say, Johnny TD, if it's that easy. Whatever you say, dude. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, Yankees don't suck. Yankees don't suck. But yeah, no kidding. Yankees got exactly teams who shake it suck as bad as the Yankees. Seriously. Seriously. We need to get fully healthy, Steve. That's one of the problems. When we were rocking and rolling early in the season, we were fully healthy. We were clicking on all cylinders. With the exception of Cole, we were clicking on all cylinders. And now we're not there yet. We still need reinforcements to come back. So, man, let's keep the name calling out of here. This is not, there's no need for it. There's no need for it. Come on. Damn it. Look, do I think Torres will be back next year? No. Do I think he should be back next year? No. No. Vivas, you can call Vivas as well, yeah. I sure damn hope so, Steve. That right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, get this stuff out of the system now. I would agree. That's not, yeah. Jazz is pretty darn good today at third base. With the exception of that one play, you know. And he also went into the dugout and apologized to Soto after that. He went and apologized to him. So he owned up to it, too. I would agree, Roy. With our reinforcements coming back, I think they'll look pretty darn good, the Yankees. I would agree. Mm-hmm. Steve, that's a good question. I don't know. I mean, they might pick up a waiver claim like a reliever or something like that. Excuse me, on the lefty side, but I don't know. It's a good question. Yeah, and was he's not really a natural third baseman either, so it's a good question too. Yeah, and he took accountability. He took ownership of the play that he didn't make that people wanted him to make, and he owned it and he moved on. Yeah. Yeah, I like him here. I really do. I like Mark Leiter here too. Uh-huh. Oh yeah. what we got, gang. Honestly, that's what we got. I mean, look, they split the doubleheader, right? Okay. Would have been nice to win both of them, sure. But I hope they win tomorrow. They win the series, and then it gives them more momentum to the White Sox. So that's how I'm looking at it. Yep, Chief Controllable Years with him, Mark Leiter, Dos Santos. Each of them are not going to be free agents until I think 2027. So it's going to make it interesting. I mean, a little bit easier to what do you call it, to re-sign Juan Soto. Why don't you ask Jazz that, TD? Why don't you ask him that? He isn't the reason. Yeah, I know. He isn't the reason we lost the game. Weaver is. I'm not sure yet, Jonathan. We'll see. 8 homers in 12 games. Yeah, I mean, look, he's been better, a hell of a lot more than he's been not better, not good. So I am fine. Yeah, Weaver did. Weaver walked all those guys in. Okay, he gave up all the runs. Okay, Weaver walked all those guys, even with the bases loaded. Yeah. That's what he did. He owned it. He owned it, TD. So he owned it. That's it. He needed him to stay in there, Steve. Unfortunately, the bullpen needed a break, so we had to come in and get lumped a little bit today. That's the first time he got lumped, so he'll be fine too. He needed. I mean, he needed to have an outing like that too. But tomorrow's another thing. Got another game. Put this one behind us. That's it. It's steady offense. And we get some solid pitching. We'll be okay. We'll be okay. So I'm more interested in us winning the series tomorrow than anything else. Yeah. Yeah. It's not as easy as people think. And I got so many, other content creators who don't play baseball who think it's that easy, and it's like, no. We were, Steve, probably not, but you never know. My guess is he's going to sit. Weaver. My guess he'll sit. So, yeah. Yeah, 7-5. Baltimore still up 7-5. Yeah. Baltimore wins, they win. Oh, well. No momentum. Well, they're 20 games over, so it's still in contention. So, I'll take that. There's no momentum. And we still have reinforcements coming back, too. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I hope Stanton gets hot now, too. I hope his back gets hot. I really, really do. His back gets hot. Soto just gets on a roll a little bit, and Judge gets on a roll, and the Yankees can be in pretty good shape. Mm-hmm. Tell Marte removed from the night's game with ankle contusions. Like Trent Grisham was removed for a hand contusion earlier, game 1. So like contusions in a lot of places. A lot of guys are getting these little nicked up injuries. So Heaney, not that great. Caitlin Clark was at Yankee Stadium. Yep, and she also worked the booth. She was in there with Michael Kay and Al Leiter, and she was taking photos with some of the players, and the players even said they were starstruck. So she's the most famous basketball player in the whole world. So your admission pays these players. So what is it? I mean, your admission is also voluntary. It's not mandatory. So what are you saying there, TV? Yeah, not bad, Wink. Craig and Susan, not bad, not bad. Paul O'Neill. Oh, is it O'Neill with Caitlin Clark today? Okay, not later. Yeah, teams are losing players. We're getting ready to get ours back. Yeah, that's a good point, too. Yankees Capitals, you're right. That's a good point. Yes, indeed. Bonehead plays happen everywhere. Happen everywhere. It's every team. Even the best players make them. It's just part of the game. Part of the game. Can't say I was not a fan. 20 games over because it doesn't matter. They're still 20 games over. And they're keeping it. They're keeping that 20 games over. Because of what they're doing now. They're still saying 20 games over. So it doesn't matter. Right? Doesn't matter. Uh-huh. They're all going to have flaws. They're all going to have, strengths, weaknesses. It happens. It happens, unfortunately. Part of the game. It's a very human game. This game will definitely bring the human out of you. Uh-huh. Exactly. Yep. He's playing great at third base right now. He really, really is. No, major leaguers make. Have you ever played in the majors, Johnny T? If you didn't, can't say that. Okay, even major leaguers make mental errors. Okay, it happens. It happens everywhere. In every sport. Yeah. You can keep your head in the game and still make mistakes, Johnny TD. That's being human. It happens. I just give you an example. I use myself as an example to you. I have a 4th-degree black belt, 2 different arts, Hapkido and Tang Soo Do. I'm very hard to deal with. Okay? I'm 170 pounds. I also put up 315 on the bench. Okay? But I still get hit. It's not a mental error. I just get hit. Okay? It's part of it. Okay? It comes with the territory. It really does. So, and I'm okay with that. Part of the growing process. How I respond to being hit is what's going to help build the strength in the character. Just like Jazz, he made that phenomenal play afterward. He responded well to that, and he went deep too. So he responded to the play, the play that you hated. TD. Okay, it's just the way that it is. Oh, yeah, we'll wrap this up in a second here too. He owned it. He owned it, Jonah. Yes, it was tolerated in the past. Johnny, you're not speaking from experience. If you weren't in the dugout, if you weren't on the field with them, then you have no standing here in this argument. Okay? Wasn't tolerated in the past. Yeah, everybody tolerates mental errors too. It happens. Joe Torre tolerated them. Joe Girardi did. Casey Sting. They all did. They all tolerate mental errors. They know it's part of the game. Okay? And it's a very rare one with Jazz Chisholm. Okay? And it's not necessarily a physical error too. I get hit. Okay? Does that mean I'm not tuned in? I mean, I'm tuned in 99% of the time, but the 1% I get hit, that's a mental error. Whatever you want to call it, I don't care. I don't give a shit what you call it. I get hit. Okay? I also hit people. Other high-level black belts. We all get hit. You look at the UFC, even the best guys in the world get punched in the face, get knocked out. It's not a mental error. You just get hit. Okay? It's not as easy as you think, these things. And I do think that Glaber's mental errors. He knows he's not going to come back here, and I think it's in his head. He's in his own head, unfortunately. So, but it is what it is. I don't care what color belt Jazz wears. I don't give a damn. You have to learn from your mental errors. And coaches used to, what coaches? All the players. What coaches? They used to tell all the players. Yeah, TD. You're not in the majors. Have you ever played in the majors? Then again, you don't have any standing here. Okay? It's part of the deal. Mental errors happen. Even with the Mike Trouts of the world, even with the Barry Bondses of the world, they happen. And one out of, since he's been here, it's not the end of the world. Making him, turning us into like a huge scandal here. What the hell's the problem? He has been a stud as a Yankee. They all make mental errors, all of them. Mountain out of a molehill, exactly. Sometimes even a politician gets shot and gets up and says, fine. Yeah. Players are more like show actors, less professional players with class. Whatever you say, TD. 1 + 1 = 5 tonight. Yeah, he learned from mental errors, and he did quickly. Like that one, John? We'll see. We'll see how the Yankees do when they're clicking on all cylinders. I want to see when they're clicking on all cylinders how they fare against a team like Houston, who's clicking on all cylinders. Because that would be a hell of a series. It really would be. I mean, one hell of a series. And don't know who's going to win it. Don't know. Just have to wait and see. If it happens, you just said you were over it. Move on. Now you're bringing it back. If it happens again, it should be addressed without bias. Don't care how superstar you are. Did he take a shit on your newspaper or something like that? What happened? Why are you so angry at Jazz Chisholm today? Just out of curiosity. What did he do to you? Mm-hmm. We definitely took advantage of the Astros when they were, yeah. It is part of the game. Yeah, exactly. The only news tonight is Trevino going to rehab. That's pretty much it. But again, once the playoffs come, everybody's records is 0-0. That's when it's on. Right? So did I, Johnny TD. I know what happens behind closed doors too. I also ran professionally, ran professional track. So I was a professional athlete too. Okay. So I can speak from the same book you're speaking from. Yeah. And we don't need Lee Army. We don't need a drill instructor running the Yankees. We don't need that. Okay. Yeah, we'll see with Houston. I mean, we'll see. I mean, they're getting healthy and better at the right time for them, Willard. There's no doubt about that. There's really no doubt about that, man. And they are money in the postseason. Can't deny that either. Yeah, I'm over it, Ray. Like one mental lapse that he took ownership for. Over it. Exactly. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. We got to get there first. Yeah, man. There you go, Steve. There you go, Steve. Exactly. Yeah. But it is what it is. Or it is what it is. Like you want to, repeat pattern of mental errors. We look at Gleyber Torres. The problem is that the guy that would be most best fit to replace him is on the IL, John Birdie, or Oswald Peraza. The problem with Oswald Peraza is he's completely out of options, meaning you have to bring him up here. You cannot send them back down at any point. You have to release him or trade him. When you're out of options, that's the situation you're in, right? So, and he's out of options. I'm glad I made your day, TD. Paints a funny picture. Take a shit in the newspaper. Good one, Capital. Good one. Yeah. So we bring some levity here too, TD. Some comedy, some levity. Try to lighten the mood up here and make it fun. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping that John Birdie comes back and is productive. Yeah. Mm. I wouldn't go that far, Willard. I wouldn't say it would be a bust. I mean, Judge is doing his thing, and so is Soto. So, nothing wrong with being a Lou Piniella character. I love Lou Piniella. Sweet Lou? Shoot. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Perez is hitting like freaking home runs left and right. Keeps going deep. It's like home run almost every game. He's turning into freaking. What's going on here? Oswald Peraza. Thank God. Yeah, and then watch him go to another team and hit 35 home runs. I'm like, what the hell happened here? And he's an elite defender at shortstop. So, mm-hmm. Yeah. What if he was he played him at second, played Jazz at third, and you kept Volpe at short, or you move Volpe to second, Peraza at short. Mm-hmm. But the problem with Peraza is he comes up here and then he gets cold and then he'll get hot when he goes like, we need some consistency. But we also haven't given him a consistent bout of playing time either, so he can make adjustments and go through the tough times like Volpe has. Well, he's an elite defensive player. There's no doubt about that. He is an absolute wizard with the glove. Mm-hmm. But anyway, this was a lot of fun, gang. I want to thank you all for coming on. Okay, Piniella was no nonsense. Yes, he was. Yeah, he was very vocal. Piniella was very vocal. So, we'll see. Could we say the same thing about Houston too? If they don't win the World Series with the Kikuchi trade, then it's a bust. Volpe doesn't have the arm strength for third. I would have Jazz at third and Volpe at second and Peraza at short. That's just my opinion. By the way he maneuvers himself, he's a better fit at second than he is at third. Yeah. Well, exactly too. These guys make a lot of money. It's not like Little League. You can't just bench guys whenever you want, especially when the guys that supposed to back him up or on the IL. It's not what. Well, I don't disagree, TD. But at the same time, so it's unfortunate. This is just a different game now. It's a different game. These guys make a hell of a lot more money. It's a different game. They have a lot more union protection, which is a tough thing to contend with. So, but have a great night, everybody. I want to thank you all for coming on. Peace and love to all of you. Hit the like buttons on the way out. Thank you if this is a spirited discussion. TD, thank you for the back and forth. I appreciate it. All right. Keep bringing it. Okay. Keep bringing it. It elevates the conversation, makes it better. Okay. I think this is the type of stuff I don't need a constant ego stroke every day, a constant pat on the back. I want to be pushed as well, just like I want to push you. So keep that in mind, gang. Love all of you. You are the best. Have a great night. Go Yankees.